Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Boltyn Battles. This time we're against Bravo. So Bravo, we run Radiant into it because the combo doesn't work with so much disruption. There's Spinal Crush, Crippling Crush, CNC Pummel, Tear Asunder. Yeah, it's not really a stable environment for us to go off with combo. So Bravo's going first, which is a bit rough for us because they get to set up, we don't get to block because they can make their attacks dominate and stuff like that. So once again he sets up with Showtime, probably looking for a Crippling Crush. Oh, he reviewed Crush the Vic Blue, which is pretty suspicious. So I'm taking time to think right now, why would he review Crush the Vic Blue? I am assuming that he already has a power card in his hand, so I'll just go with Bolt of Courage Charge. Now I could go with CNC, but I want to be able to build So I don't know why this... Yeah, the only explanation why you would search for Crush the Weak Blue is because you already have combo piece. So here, knowing he has a combo piece, I made an unorthodox play. I snaps on my first turn. I know it's pretty suspicious, just to be able to CNC him. He uses Crown of Providence to block, which I admit I wasn't thinking about. So yeah, he does have the Crippling Crush. So basically, what I did the previous turn doesn't matter at all. And here I misplay as well. With a 4-card hand, I had an Enlightened Strike. That was what I was hoping for, to not discard the Enlightened Strike. But I should have just blocked 1 card and then Arsenal 1, because that would have been my most likely chance anyway. That's the most likely possibility of what's happening, right? Instead of just hoping to keep Enlightened Strike. So here he CNCs me, I crown. And then I go with View of the Vanguard. So here I managed to get Spirit of Irina, which is great considering I have both View of the Vanguard and Lumina. Once again, if you're new here, Spirit helps us play Lumina as an instant, which means not only it gives us an additional action point, it also allows us to View of the Vanguard, not break the chain, and play Lumina, allowing the sword to have both the Lumina buff and the View of the Vanguard buff. So here View of the Vanguard gets go again, I swing with Radiant. I now choose to play Lumina instead of showing it at the start, because with this, Lumina now becomes a combat trick. He does Unmovable it, which is pretty sad, but it is what it is. I'll swing it again. So here another consideration is, what do I do after this? Do I keep Engulfing Light in the arsenal, or do I just swing it? And I take the opportunity to swing it because it now has the buff from the View of the Vanguard for 5. So yeah, that was very fast. I couldn't really keep up with what I was saying. But yeah, I am very sure the reason why I Crown of Providence was because I knew the next turn I could View of the Vanguard, which is something I really want to do. That's our power move. So here, once again, he annotates for 7. I decide to take it, and I'll discard 2 cards. Here, looking back upon this, okay, there were 2 plays I could have made. I could have CNC, or I could Engulfing Light Charge. And I guess at this point in time, I had 0 souls, right? So I prioritized the soul charge instead of the CNC for damage, because he didn't have an arsenal. I don't know whether that was a right play, considering that would have been threatening 6 damage. But I think what I was yeah, I don't know whether that was the right play, having a soul. Because ensuring that I have like a one soul, like ensuring I have a soul before I start my turn means that I could use a 4-card hand very effectively. Because things like a Beacon of Victory takes out one soul, and things that require it to give go again, like Valiant Trust, already takes out one soul. Here I look at my hand, I see a Bolt of Courage, another Bolt of Courage in my arsenal, and Beacon of Victory. So what I do know is that Beacon of Victory can find me a Lumina, which would give me an action point replacing my need for the Snapdragon skills. So here it is a very small thing. I chose to play the one in the arsenal first. And then I'll Beacon to find a Lumina, and then I'll give it go again. I see the CNC, I'm considering pitching for it. Here I play another Bolt. I'm not scared if he blocks this because Lumina once again gives me an action point, which means I don't need to give this go again. So I draw, and then I'll start to swing Radiant. So one consideration here is if I don't hit with this Radiant on hit effect, if I don't reveal a luck card, what happens is that I cannot play CNC, or I have to give up my second sword swing for a CNC. And I wasn't afraid of what I was going to draw from Bolt of Courage because I have Tunic. Even if I draw a red, I can still CNC. So here, he kept his entire hand, he wanted to go off, but because I had the CNC at the end, and because of the action point given to me by Spirit of Irina, I have enough pitch to play CNC. So here he Crippling Crush me, it's unblocked. I see of the V of the Vanguard, I see my Tunic up. I really want to use V of the Vanguard here. So to block Crippling Crush, I need to block at least 8 damage. I think what I'm thinking here is a Take Flight, a Sink Below. That's 7, right? And a Brave Forge Braces for 9. So once again, I see my Beacon of Victory. I know I can search out for my Lumina. So I'm taking out Tunic, charge. And now I can just play my Lumina. Another interesting thing here, instead of playing Beacon of Victory on V of the Vanguard, I can play it on Radiant. So I wait till the last possible moment to show my Lumina to show that I have an on-hit effect. So here I play it, and then I was like, hang on. I can just do it when I raid it. So once again, Spirit of Irina really carries us here, allowing us to play the Lumina as a combat trick, allowing us to chain our V of the Vanguard with Luminas, which really helps in our damage output. And it's not like they drew badly, they have like 2 Crippling Crushes come out, a Tear Asunder, and CNCs. So here, via Beacon of Victory finds me the Lumina. I'll play the Lumina for the action point. As you can tell, I only have 1 soul remaining, right? So Beacon of Victory will have left me with 0 soul. But because I can play Lumina as an instant, I am now able to swing Radiant again. I whiff on the check, which is pretty sad. Okay, I look at this hand, I know that I have a possibility of winning here because of the Courageous Steel hand, so I'll pitch Take Flight, charge the Snatch. And then I'll swing with Radiant. But yeah, our opponent gives up, and so we just take that win. So, what you can obviously tell from this is that Spirit carried us all the way. So, would I search for the Spirit against Bravo? I am not very sure, considering having an off turn would mean that they can very easily overwhelm you. The reason why I decided to CNC the first turn and break my snaps was because I didn't want to play a game where it was just Crippling Crush, Spinal Crush, Crippling Crush, Tear Asunder, CNC power. So I just actively tried to prevent him from having those kind of turns. I don't know whether that was the right play, but it was the choice I made at that point in time. Would I do it again? I mean, sooner or later, you would have to get rid of their Crown of Providence. And I think that was an okay turn to do it, because when I charged with Bolt of Courage, right, CNC now comes in for 6 or 7, which means that they are forced to use the Crown of Providence. But yeah, I hope that's a good consideration for you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.